also seem to be slightly more resilient and have a very mild healing ability, but we still see vampires getting medical attention. As far as their looks, they have pale skin and yellow eyes. The only other things that make them distinct is their lack of heartbeat and cold body temperature. They do not have super speed or strength. They seem to be evenly matched when fighting humans. They also seem to have a heightened sense of smell for blood. Edward was able to smell blood and what kind it was from several feet away. They also might have the ability to see in the dark, as their eyes are noticeably different. It's possible they might have experimented with the vampirism virus on animals before they tried giving it to more humans. Since we see a vampire chimp, I wonder if they turned the first human volunteers by injecting them or having the girl bite them. However, the first vampires were turned, from there it started to spread like crazy. At first, only those who really needed it were becoming vampires. We hear the reason Charles Bromley became a vampire was because he was dying of cancer, so vampirism could be used to save terminally ill patients. But after a while, everyone started to see the benefits, until the vampires outnumbered the humans. Then the remaining humans were almost completely killed off by the overwhelming vampire population. A sign in the beginning of the movie tells us it's 10 years after the initial outbreak. A lot of people probably became vampires to avoid being killed. The main character Edward never wanted to be a vampire, but he was turned forcefully by his brother. This sounds bad at first until we learn that his brother only turned him because it's most likely Edward would have been killed if he didn't. Kids especially probably had no choice but to be turned. So now they're stuck as children forever. Most parents probably turn their kids rather than risk them being killed by other vampires. What would you do? Let your kid grow up but risk them being killed? Or turn them into a vampire but they're stuck as a child forever? Since around 96% of the population is vampires, almost everything has been tailored to them. Their cars have covers that go over all the windows and a camera allows them to see so they can still drive around in the day. We see an automotive shop that says daytime modifications start at $5,995.
Collapsed.
At least I think that's what it says. We also get to see Cormac's
Double
garage.
tap to show
Apparently
controls.
he was one of the
YouTube
first to
picture
start
in
doing
picture.
daytime driving modifications.
Double tap to activate.
Cormac said he used
Actions
to like
available.
driving during
Use
the
tap
day
with 3
because there's no
fingers to
traffic
view.
or cops. All the buildings also have window shades for the day, and there's tunnels connecting the buildings so they can move between them without having to go outside.
The subwalk tunnel network is the safest way to walk around during daylight.
The most popular way to navigate the city is the subwalk system. This is a subway-like system that also has underground sidewalks that lead to most buildings and people's homes. This allows vampires to move around during the day without any issues. They also apparently have special gas stations that can fill your car during the day if need be. These are probably fully enclosed gas stations, or the person pumping the gas would have to wear a UV suit. We see a sign that also says school zone between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. Now that everyone is a vampire, most things are conducted at night. Vampire toothpaste. Well, good to know they still brush their teeth.
31%.
Slider.
28%.
Vampires can consume
Slider.
regular food and drinks, but it doesn't seem to sustain them in the same way that blood does, so eating normal food is probably just for enjoyment. We see a coffee shop selling cups with a percentage of blood in the coffee.
28%.
This is probably a common
Slider.
practice to infuse blood into
Swipe up
foods that they
or
are used
swipe
to.
down to adjust. Labels available. Use tap with 3 fingers to view.
The remaining humans are considered fugitives. They must be hunted down and captured. Originally, the vampires offered the remaining humans the chance to quote-unquote assimilate. However, they refused for obvious reasons. Now, they are
Con,
considered
text,
enemies of the state.
slider.
Humans are seen as nothing but vessels for blood. Cattle. They survive by moving during the day and building outposts and small camps far away from the cities. They also seem to favor places that have a more open terrain where there's less shade and places for vampires to hide, I guess. The only humans you can find in the cities are in these blood farms, suspended in this apparatus, drained of their blood and kept alive as long as possible. However,
Picture in
they're
picture
running
menu
out,
picture in
and fast. Even as the movie goes on, we see the numbers of the humans
YouTube.
they have left in the city dwindling quickly. There's a vampire center. The vampire virus of Daybreakers started when a virus somehow mutated inside of one special bat. We see a sign in the beginning that says how a single bat started it all. This young girl was the first ever vampire, bitten by this unique bat. We see her writing in her diary about being a vampire and that she can't take it anymore because she
System launch.
Silent video.
Double tap to activate. Actions available. Silent video.
50%
On. Text. Slider.
50%
On. Text. Slider. Swipe up or swipe down to adjust. Labels available. Use tap with 3.
0%0%
On. Text. Slider.
28%.
Request for
Later.
button. Double tap to activate. Silent video.
50%
On. Text. Slider. Swipe up or swipe down to adjust. Labels available. Use tap with 3 fingers. System 1.
Tap to stop. 6.20